Hi there, Mike Lessner with another ABC Transcription Tools demo. I've added a new bagpipe instrument to the tool that allows for the proper wrapping of notes that would be outside of the range of the Scottish bagpipe chanter. So if you have a tune like the Atholl Highlanders, which is essentially a piping tune and sits right in the range of the pipes, this isn't an issue because there's no need to fold notes higher than the range into the range. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that by going ahead and doing bagpipe injection on this with the Great Highland pipes. And we'll go ahead and play it. And you'll hear there's no problem. It works perfectly. And this works because in this tune, the highest note is an A and the lowest note is a G. And that is essentially the range of the Highland chanter. But if you have a tune, like an Irish tune, that's not from the Scottish repertoire, that has a wider range, for example, here's the Blarney Pilgrim shifted up from D mixolydian to A mixolydian. And the lowest note is an A, but the highest note is a D over here, and there are several Bs. And previously, what the bagpipe injection would do for the Highland and border pipe instruments is it would just play those notes. The sound font had high notes in that area. The small pipes instruments already did the proper folding of the high notes into the range. And what I've done is to create a new instrument used specifically for injecting bagpipes into these non-BWW tunes that may have notes that are out of range, and it will automatically fold them into the range. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing I did with the last tune. I'm going to inject the Great Highland pipes into this tune. And I want you to listen to what happens on these high notes here on these Bs. You'll hear that it folds it into the range of the pipes. And I think this is actually something you would do when trying to play some of these Irish tunes on a Scottish chanter with a limited range. So I think that's a much more realistic solution than trying to play notes that aren't really possible on the instrument it's trying to emulate. As I mentioned, the tool will already fold these notes into the range for the small pipe instruments. This is a change specifically for the Great Highland pipe and the border pipes. I'll give you an example of a small pipe. So for example, if I do small pipes in A, you'll hear the same behavior with the folding on those high notes. So again, this is something that's probably only of interest to Scottish pipers out there, but it does mean that the Highland and border pipe sound injection is now consistent with what it was doing for the small pipes. And overall, I think is quite a nice improvement to the tool.